Diagnostic momentum is one of those medical terms that sounds technical, but the idea is actually very human. Diagnostic momentum happens when an initial diagnosis, whether it's correct or not, gets carried forward from one clinician to the next without being seriously questioned. Once a label is attached to a patient, it tends to stick. Each new doctor assumes the previous doctor must have been right, and the diagnosis gains momentum as it moves through the system. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. The first doctor might say, "This looks like anxiety." The next provider reads the chart and sees anxiety documented. The third sees it again. Soon, everyone treats the patient as if anxiety is the established truth, even if the original assessment was rushed or incomplete. Why does this happen? It happens because doctors are human and medicine is fast-paced. Physicians are under time pressure. They rely on prior notes to move efficiently. There's also something called anchoring bias. Once the brain grabs onto an explanation, it resists letting it go. Add in hierarchy, where junior clinicians may hesitate to question senior physicians, and you have the perfect environment for momentum to build. There's also a psychological comfort factor. If a diagnosis already exists in the chart, it reduces uncertainty, and uncertainty is uncomfortable, especially in high-volume clinical settings like emergency departments. Now, here's the danger. The danger is that diagnostic momentum can delay or completely miss the real diagnosis. If chest pain is labeled as reflux early on, heart disease might not be aggressively ruled out. If fatigue is labeled as depression, underlying autoimmune disease might go untested. If a patient is documented as drug-seeking, legitimate pain may be dismissed. The original diagnosis may have been reasonable at the time. The problem isn't always incompetence. The problem is the failure to periodically reset and ask, what if this is wrong? Good clinicians actively fight diagnostic momentum. They step back, they ask, if I saw this patient for the first time today without reading the chart, what would I think? That mental reset is powerful. For patients, the takeaway isn't fear, it's awareness. If your symptoms aren't improving, it's reasonable to ask, could this be something else? That question is not disrespectful. It's collaborative. In simple terms, diagnostic momentum is when a diagnosis gains speed simply because it's been written down before. It happens because medicine is human. And the danger is that momentum can sometimes outrun truth.